morning, Glendale. This is the time and place for the Planning Hearing Officer hearing of May 10th, 2023. My name is Roger Kiesel, and I will be conducting the hearing as hearing officer. The Planning Hearing Officer meeting is being broadcast live on Glendale TV, viewable on Spectrum Cable, Channel 6, and AT&T Uverse, Channel 99. Meetings are also streamed live in high definition on the city's website, glendaleca.gov/live, on youtube.com/myglendale, and on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire devices using a free app called ScreenWeave and choosing Glendale TV from the menu. Meetings are also archived on the city's website for viewing anytime at glendaleca.gov/agendas. For public comments and questions during the meeting, please call 818-937-8100. City staff will be submitting the questions and comments in real time to the appropriate person. We have one case on the agenda this morning involving discretionary permit applications. It's a conditional use permit. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read the description of the application. Next, I will read reports received from other city departments and other letters or communications from interested parties. The case planner will then make a brief overview of the case, give analysis, and make a recommendation. Next, the applicant will then be connected in by telephone, or they're in person right now, stating both their name and address, and will be asked to present the case within a 15-minute time period. Others in support of or in opposition to the application and interested parties will then be given 3 minutes to state their case or opinions. Lastly, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments, if desired, in response to testimony given by preceding speakers, and that is a 5-minute time limit. The hearing will then be closed and taken under submission. Findings. If the evidence presented in the application and at the hearing meets the required findings set forth in the Glendale Municipal Code, then the project can either be approved or approved with conditions. If the findings of fact are not evident, then the request will be denied. Decision. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons who responded to the public notice, either by speaking at the meeting or by submitting written responses and having provided their names and addresses. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Records of decision for all projects will be posted online at the Planning Division website. Appeals. Under the appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days. 15 days of the decision, I should say. Anyone wishing to appeal must contact the case planner to obtain forms and information regarding the appeal process and submittal. Public notice. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to property owners and occupants within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question, and placed in the local newspaper. Finally, I would like to inform everyone that the official proceedings of the Planning and Hearing Officer hearings are being televised live and may be viewed online on the city website. Okay, as I mentioned today, we have one case on the agenda. It is located at 730 South Central Avenue, number 107. It's conditional use permit case number 2211505. and it is a conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing massage establishment in the C3 Height District 1 zone. The project is exempt from environmental review as a Class 1 existing facilities project. And I will now proceed with any letters that we've had or any comments that we've received on the case. The police department had a comment on the case. Their comments included, the applicant is in the process of obtaining a renewal of a conditional use permit to operate an existing massage establishment located at 730 South Central, DBA Moon Massage Spa. No changes are proposed to the existing commercial building or parcel. Within the last calendar year, there were no calls for police service at this location. And the lieutenant doing this ran the applicant's name in-house with no results. So it doesn't look like they have really any comments. Oh, I'm sorry, on the back. They do have some comments on the back. Obey health and safety regulations, obey Glendale Municipal Code regulations, allow city divisions departments to access the facility when requested. Massage employees must be CAMTC certified. Paraphernalia used for sexual activity shall not be stored at the location, and other restrictions regarding that. Employees shall not be in possession of or store paraphernalia at the establishment. So those were police department suggested conditions, concerns. The city attorney comply with provisions of the Glendale Municipal Code, full access to the premises for city divisions, and then failure to abide by or fully comply with any and all conditions attached to or made a part of this conditional use permit shall constitute grounds for its revocation. So basically, if the city attorney is suggesting if the business does not comply with the conditions, that's grounds for revocation of the approval if it gets approved. Those were the two comments that we got from other city divisions. I didn't see any like neighbor comments. Did we get any?
We did not.
Okay. So I'm going to turn this over to the case planner, Chloe Kuffel, and she will make a presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kiesel. Again, this is a conditional use permit renewal, PCUP 2211505. It's for Moon Massage at 730 South Central. As was already mentioned, this is a conditional use permit to allow the continued operation of an existing massage establishment with no changes to the building or use. And it is exempt from CEQA because the project involves no expansion of an existing use. The The project is located in the C3 Commercial Service Zone and has been in operation as a massage establishment since 2014, and today's request is to renew that. The site is located on the west side of South Central Avenue between West Maple Street and West Windsor Road. It shares its two-story multi-tenant space with establishments of various uses, including retail, office, personal services, and restaurants.
Chloe, is it that darkened space? From this juncture, it looks like a stair, but then I'm thinking that's how it's designated on the map. Is it sort of?
I'm not sure. It's this darkened space is the unit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's my question.
Yes, and then this is the larger, tenant space and the parking spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It just
this is the exact.
from my thing.
Yes.
From my view, it looks like a staircase.
Oh,
and
I
then
could
I
see
thought
that.
it's darkened. It's probably the site.
Yes, that's the unit.
Okay.
Yes. And here are a few photos of it from the front. It's a 734 square foot unit. It's on the first floor. There are 57 parking spaces on the ground level and 68 parking spaces on a subterranean level that are shared between all the tenants, which has proven to be adequate to serve the existing businesses in this commercial center. So for the findings, the first finding that the proposed use be consistent with various elements and objectives of the general plan. The area is designated in the land use element and general community plan as community services, personal services, land uses, such as massage establishments, generally offer a complementary element to the surrounding uses. The second finding that the use and its associated structures and facilities will not be detrimental to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment. The establishment has been operating since 2014 and has demonstrated compatibility with the neighborhood and community, and no reports were received of any impacts from the existing establishment. And you mentioned that even the police said there had been no calls or issues at this location. That the use and facilities will not adversely affect or conflict with the adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding property. There are various types of commercial and residential uses in the surrounding area, and the approval of this CUP will not adversely impact the nearby uses, since they are already developed. And finally, that adequate public and private facilities such as utilities, landscaping, parking spaces, and traffic circulation measures are or will be provided for the proposed use. The use has already been in operation at its current location, and parking, as I already mentioned, has already been provided and is shared between the tenant spaces without issue. Considering these findings, staff recommends that all of the findings have been made, and therefore approval of this entitlement should be made. And I am available if you have any questions.
I don't think I have any questions of staff. What I like to do is bring the applicant up, and so they can speak and make a presentation. I've got a couple questions for them.
Sure.
All right. Miss Q, come up to the microphone.
Thank you.
You're the applicant for the project. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a presentation to make? Do you have, do you want to review the findings anymore? Do you have anything to say to me to make your case for me granting the conditional use permit?
你有什么就是想和他说，要求他审核，就是给你再开这个就是继续这个就是按摩店，就是继续开这个按摩店。有什么要和他说，有什么要问他的吗？
就是让他给多给10年意思。
他有，他已经有了，也没有什么的。
No,
No.
yeah,
Okay.
everything good.
Okay. Have you been the owner of the establishment since 2014?
你是不是从2014年开始就是这个老板？你不是，
的
你应该
就是从
从
去年开始，
他说的是14年，所以14年你不是。
不是，
他
就
no，
是
你不
刚开
是。
始嘛。
对，she's from last year, is not from 2014. So they changed the ownership.
Okay, so you have been the owner for the previous year, but not since the business started. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you became the owner of this business probably in 2022?
Yeah，从上一年开始，你才是
Yeah,
老板。
yes.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to make any changes to the operation of this massage establishment as a result of this application? Why don't I step back? How does the massage establishment operate now, number one? And are you going to make any changes to how it operates?
他说，你这会不会有任何的改动在里面？
没有。
No change anything, just keep like existing.
Okay. No changes to
No
the
change.
operation.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any concerns or questions about the conditions of approval? And those are, I think do you have the staff report in front of you?
Yeah, like,
Okay. So it's sort of the last page, or one of the last pages. And there are 12 conditions of approval.
这
Do
里
you
有
have any concerns about those?
这里有12条，就是他们提出来建议，你有没有什么反对呀、或者不同意，或者有什么意见的？
这什么呀？
有没有？
我不知道啥呀。
对，你就说没有就好了，同意就好了。你说没有？
没有。
No concerns.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Everything's good.
if this is approved, you'll comply with all those requirements. You don't have concerns over those.
OK， 就是如果你批了，你就是跟着这些来去做，就
OK。
Okay.
OK, yes.
Sure. And then it doesn't sound like the police have had to visit the business in the last year. Have you had any neighborhood complaints? Have you had any other businesses complain about how you have been operating the business in this past year?
就是过去的那一年，你有没有收到别人的投诉什么的？就是老板啊或者邻居
No. Okay. All right. All right. Those were all the questions I had. Do you have anything you want to add? Do you have anything you want to say to me?
你还有什么要和他说的？
没有啥，就是让他给10年最好。
他已经给你了。No.
No. Okay. All right. So then I will conclude this hearing. Yeah, I'm going to close the public hearing and take the case under submission. So this hearing is now officially closed. Actually, we had no callers. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your participation. It is, what time is it? I can't read that. 10:09. Okay, it's 10:09 and we're concluding the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. 完事了。